going to change out this old Moen and sprayer for a brand new one. Well, new from the thrift store. First, this has to go. Let's see what's going to be in my way. I've got 2 drains connected by this pipe. Okay, let's get up in here and see what, oh gosh, this is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to go ahead and remove all this PVC pipe because it's hard enough to get, oh gosh, yeah, let me grab a bowl. I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, I always forget this stuff. Alright, now I can continue. And yeah, this is pretty typical and pretty disgusting. But it's only the water that's contained inside that drain, so it's actually not a whole lot of water. That wasn't so bad. Oh, we have a broken piece. Now I'm going to do with the same on the left side of the drain. And just whatever little water was in there, won't be a whole lot. Then I'm going to just move to the other side, and that literally just popped off. Like, that should not have done that, but it did. Gross. Alright, let's remove the rest of it. Alright, with that out of the way, it creates a lot more space because I'm gonna need it. What is that over there? What is that? Is that the original drain for the sink and they created a new one? I mean, what? It's metal? What? Oh, this is gross. I have no idea. I have no idea. I digress. Okay, these aren't gonna budge. WD-40. We're just gonna lubricate these babies. Listen, the more lubrication, the better, always. I actually did this blindly, so this is the first time I'm seeing it. And that is just really cool. Let's watch again. Neat. And while I'm at it, I'm hitting these up. These should be done regularly. These are emergency shutoffs. They should always work. Don't do what I did and let them corrode like this. Not a good idea. Alright, this one I knew would come off easy because I changed out the sprayer probably within the last year or two. So yeah, that one was not too bad at all. I don't do a lot of plumbing, so I don't have the actual wrench needed to get up into these tight spaces. And once I found the sweet spot and got it on there, I just kept working at it. And remember those shut-off valves? Well, guess who forgot to shut them off? This is pretty typical of me, especially when I'm doing something I don't do on a regular basis. They still weren't budging, so I had to lubricate more. If you're not familiar with WD-40, let me introduce you. It's a must with this wand. Look. And it can do this. Yeah, and look. Do you need a dancing partner? Because you got one now. Good times, and always a lifesaver. Okay, let's go check, and oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Okay, back to the vice grips, and go gentle. Best advice I was ever given is don't force something. Because if you do, you'll probably end up breaking it. Now that it's shut off, let's go verify. Yep, no water. You can expect a little water to come out, but for the most part, you're good. Okay, let's just remove this quick, and on to the next. And this is right when all the fun went right out the window and the frustration kicked in. Anyone that's ever changed a faucet knows you have little to no room, and you're, for the most part, doing a lot of it blindly and by feel. What you're seeing here is me trying to move this plastic nut, and it's just impossible to even get to. So I'm going to spray a little more WD-40 on, and maybe that'll help. Cold water line has been removed, and now I'm working on this side. I'm attempting to use a screwdriver and tapping it with a hammer, but it's next to impossible to get up in there. The screwdriver kept slipping, so I went and got this little tool that I use when doing finish work. I'm going to call it a nail tapper because I can't think of the proper name. I use it to push in nail heads just a little farther in. So that way it creates like a little divot that I can then fill sand, and then once painted, you don't see where the nail was installed. I'm just trying to do what I can here to get this stupid nut to move, whether it's just tap it straight up with the hammer or use the little nail tapper. It's, as you can see, not wanting to budge. There's actually a tool that you can use to get those off. I just don't happen to have one because I don't do a whole lot of plumbing. I don't even think it's that expensive. It's one of those things you need in the moment, and then once you get off what you need to get off, you're like, I don't want to buy it, I don't need it now. Until the next time you need it, and then you curse yourself. So I think this time I'm actually going to put this on a little list that I keep of tools that I want to add to my toolbox. If, like myself, you find yourself in this situation, there's two things you're going to need: patience and perseverance. It's the only thing that's going to get you to get it loose enough where you can finally take it off by hand. So as a recap, you're going to want to chuck the flathead and use the nail tapper. So to save time, I went ahead and did on the left side what I had done on the right side until I got it to the point that I could remove it with my hand. And once off, we're going to go ahead and just boop, remove the old faucet, and there she is. The sprayer is attached to the hose, and I remove the hose from the faucet with my vice grips. Later we'll talk about how this has 4 holes, but I only need 2. There she is, $9.99, including the sprayer. And how do I know that I scored? Because this is what it was brand new at Home Depot. I inserted the sprayer hose while I pressed that little black button. And now I will attach the water lines, and I'll start with the cold first. What the heck? Why is this not going on? This should just literally go on and be a cinch. Am I turning it the wrong way? Why can't I figure this out? What's the deal here? Why is this not attaching? I proceeded to do this for a little bit, and I was getting frustrated, and because I can't see, I decided to take the camera, stick it up in there, and actually record the end that I was trying to attach the hose to. And this is what I discovered. There's no threads on the top of that. The threads are on the bolt. That's just literally a pipe, and I'm trying to screw into it. I knew that bolt had threads in it, but I don't know why I was thinking that the pipe had threads. I don't know. I think I was just tired. At this point, I know that this project is not going to be completed tonight. The stores are closed, and I have to figure out how I'm going to handle this because it's copper that's welded. So I did what anyone would do. I poured me a drink and went to go think.